What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button. It is the 17th of January. And here we are sitting at about $597 with roughly 8.5 hours left in the day. Here we are at our low. We're very confident in this low. Very, very confident in this low. I doubt completely that we go below this low. I'm very confident that is the low. I don't think that we go below it at all. And we should be moving up from here. Right? We've had a little bit of a bad week, going from $686 all the way down to $576. A little bit of a drop there, but we will prevail. We will reign true and to the upside. And I do believe, just as I did here, that this next attempt, any of these next attempts here, could be the attempt that ultimately breaks us out of this zone here and we get our actual breakaway phase. And it's not just breaking out of this zone, but it's breaking out of the whole life cycle that is Bitcoin Cash all at once as well. So this big move is coming. This very well could be the final dip before the rip. This pullback here does seem a bit more exaggerated. There is a little bit more volume too, but it's still a higher low in this sequence of higher lows. It's still, if we were to do a line of like best fit there, still a higher low here with all these higher highs as well. We're in our parallel trend upwards. At the base of it, it's clear as day that we're going to move up. And until we break out of this trend, we'll just keep doing this, I suppose. I suppose we'll just keep doing exactly what we've been doing since November 21st. I'm assuming this next attempt will break us out, because if we look at the RSI, I can't speak today. I can speak, I'm just having a hard time doing it. This next attempt should take us to the overbought zone. That's what we've been waiting on. That's what we've been expecting. But when we get overbought, that should correlate directly with a break of this channel, with the break of this range altogether, and it should propel us higher in a very spectacular way. When we get overbought, you guys, it's going to be phenomenal. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not just like in and out like this was. Hopefully it's more like stuff like this. Anyways, I want to look at the short-term stuff, go from there, see if we are seeing any signs that suggest moving up, moving down. What's the scoop? Let's get into it, okay? 1 hour time frame here. As you're moving down, there really isn't that much volume as you're moving down. This really does right here feel forced. It seems totally mechanical, non-organic at all. That's a little bit more organic, right? This seems not organic. It seems very forced to get you down there. No volume since, right? Just totally gone since then. I mean, really, it's like volume has just evaporated since here, because this really isn't that much volume either. There's no interest in seeing the price going down. We're not picking up volume as we're going lower. Volume is dying off with a little bit of a blemish here to the upside, but that's when we're buying, not selling. So I definitely think there's buying incentives and pressure going on here. The supply is probably dried up entirely, and whenever we do decide to move higher, it's going to be very, very easy and very fast whenever we do. Mark my words. 1 hour time frame here, looking at this, the RSI is bearish technically. Technically it is bearish. You're getting oversold more consistently. You're not getting overbought at all, really. There is some bullish prospects here though, because while you are living predominantly below the 50, you are above it now. You do have higher lows, and you did bounce off the oversold zone, which typically this is that moment where things can get exciting, right? It's like when you're getting overbought, but then you reject the overbought zone. That's the moment where things can get a little bit sad, right? This support off the oversold zone without actually getting into it is a little bit different than what we've seen before. That difference might be the difference, right? We've got lower highs here. We're in that kind of area where you might expect to find resistance. So a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of consolidation in these areas maybe. But it's Saturday. I don't expect a little bit of a pullback to be anything more than just squibbles, right? Nothing too intense at all. The stochastics look bullish. The MACD is not going to help us at all. 4 hour time frame, MACD is bearish. But, oh man, I have to sneeze. Oh, I want to sneeze. Let me sneeze, please. It hurts so bad. It hurts like all the way up here. All the way up here, man. If you have to sneeze and you can't sneeze. Low here, higher low, slightly higher low, slightly higher low. Low there, lower low, lower low, lower low. Bullish divergence throughout all of it. That's triple bullish divergence, actually. Bullish divergence on your stochastics as well, and bullish divergence on your RSI on all 4 indicators. And this divergence hasn't really played out fully yet. I mean, maybe it has. Maybe that move there was the play. I don't know. I think that we're just getting started. Stochastics are a bit weird, but so is the price. Technically, they're bullish. The RSI is a bit weird. Technically, it's bearish, but you've got some bullish momentum built up in you as well. You're more neutral than anything. And the MACD, while in a bearish posturing, because the oscillators, the blue and the orange line, they are below the zero, right? That does mean that you're typically in a bearish situation. This bullish divergence is no joke, and that should lead us to breaking above the zero here. I want to imagine. I mean, I would assume sometime between now and the 21st of January, so sometime between now and the next 4 days, we should be seeing that next phase higher come into play. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we were above $700 within the next 4 days. I'm surprised that it's taken this long as it is already, but we're going to get there very soon. Looking at the daily time frame, the MACD has cooled off, like basically cooled off entirely. The histogram, we're at a deeper level in the histogram than we've been in a long time. Right, you can see here, that was deeper than this. This here is almost as deep, almost as deep as what we had back here in October and September. But this is some of the deepest readings on the histogram we've had since October. And all it is a higher low. It's nothing to be worried about at all. So, and the oscillators are still above the zero, so it's bullish overall as well. The stochastics are reset, ready to go. The RSI has a slightly lower low here. It's actually a dramatically lower low here, while having an exact symmetrical low here tied up. It's like hidden bullish divergence. If it's not hidden bullish divergence, then at least accept that we've cooled off. We're back at the 40, an area that we found support at last time, the time before. We found support just below it here, right here at it, right there, just above it, right there at the 40 as well. It's a pretty prominent area to find support for Bitcoin Cash, and overall, we are in a very bullish posturing with the RSI on the daily time frame. So I'm expecting that we move up. Nothing really else to say there. All this is just confirmation that we're ready to go. Not that we haven't had a lot of confirmation already, but we've broken out. We've come back down to back test prior resistance, and now we're going to fly. Any day now and any week now, we are going to see this thing take off at a pace that's just completely I want to use the word unprecedented, but it's completely precedented. It is completely called for. It's completely expected, and it's something that when it happens, I don't want to hear anybody saying, how did you know? Or why didn't I buy this? Why? Like, man, I should have bought this. It's like, dude, you had all the time in the world. Where were you? You just weren't paying attention. Everybody should be in Bitcoin Cash right now because something spectacular is about to come. 14 days, 9 hours left in the month. The monthly candle looks disgusting. Let's see if we can't come back up and get even higher, get above this wicking high by the end of the month. It's kind of crazy that right now it's the 17th day. We spent all month going up and then coming back down. And we're probably going to go all the way back up again and see. We're going to probably close above this high by the end of January. I mean, maybe we're at $800, maybe we're at $1,000, maybe we're only at $740. I don't know. But I do expect, I have some high aspirations for Bitcoin Cash's price between now and the end of the month. I don't really have anything else that I want to say, so hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. The next technical target area would be the golden ratio, which is $907 to $1,200. But my theory is that we don't stop here at all. We probably bust right through and we go to the 786, 886 area or higher. We don't typically expect that you break through the golden ratio on the first attempt. And I don't really typically, hold on you guys, hold on. I don't typically expect anything to go through its 786 on its first attempt either. But that's the thing. This is not the first attempt. This was. This was back here. And you went all the way up to your 786, right? Because from a high to a low, that's what we're measuring this retracement. You've already interacted with your golden ratio. You've already interacted with the 786. I'm not just picking favorites. I'm not saying we're going to blast through the golden ratio because I love Bitcoin Cash more than anything else, so I'm just going to be blind and bullish to it. That's not why. It's because we've already interacted with the golden ratio zone. This area is already weak. And it's been weakened further by this consolidation right below it. When we break out, we're not just going to stop here. We didn't consolidate for a year and a half just to get a small move. No, we're going to go up here. and likely something between $800 and $2,700 would be the next call. But again, we've already interacted with the 786. It's completely acceptable to call for higher prices. This could be a very, very rare moment where we do just pass through the 786, 886, and we do go all the way up to the all-time high, or even up a little bit above there. I highly doubt that we see $13,000. I highly doubt that we see anything that's too much above $4,300, but something in that area, maybe as high as $6,500, could be a possibility. I'm really looking at this $2,700 to $4,300 area, but anything's possible. I doubt that we stop at anything less. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.